Good morning, guys. Happy coffee talk. Coffee this morning is in my beautiful jujitsu mug. So this was given to me by my good friend Rachel, my jujitsu training partner, my ride or die. She had this mug made. It is such a special gift because it has all the belt colors on it: white, blue, purple, brown, and black. And she had it made from an artist in Etsy. It gave it to me for Christmas, and I just love it. And I'm drinking Black Rifle coffee this morning. Before we dive into our coffee talk for the day, reminder to sign up for Nutrition Bootcamp. So here's how Nutrition Bootcamp works. We're going to start on Monday. It's 10 days. Each day you have a nutrition video to watch. It's going to be 3 to 5 minutes. It's short and sweet. And then you have a nutrition action step. You got to do those things. So you got to watch the video and you got to do your action step. You've got some physical fitness stuff to do, nothing too crazy, and you can spread it out throughout the day. So if it's hard, you can do a couple, throughout your day. And then you've got some house-oriented stuff, some organization life stuff. All of it's doable. So you do each of those things every single day for boot camp, and then you are entered into a drawing for prizes. We're giving away a pair of Brooks shoes, we're giving away an air fryer, and we're giving away a Fit Me apron. And so we'll give away 3 prizes. And because this is Fit Me and we know that real life happens, you actually have 14 days to complete your 10-day boot camp commitment. So that means if you have a day that just goes sideways and it doesn't work out, you just can jump right back in and you are still playing the game. So anyways, all of this is super doable, but it's designed to help you put your nutrition, in a different place after 10 days. You're going to understand more about food. You're going to have done things to make your nutrition better every single day. And anyways, this is our free February game. We'd love to have you participate. So I'll put the link in the comments and the show notes in the bio and all the places. Sign up for free Nutrition Bootcamp. Again, we start on Monday. It goes for 10 days. And I'm very, very pumped about it. It's the first time we ever did this and I can't wait. So sign up. It's going to be so fun. Let's talk about some things. So I feel this push-pull between ownership over and at the end of the day, extreme ownership. If you haven't read Jocko Willink's book, Extreme Ownership, it's a great book because at the end of the day, it is just us. We are the ones who are responsible for our journey, for what we do, for our path. We are at the core extreme ownership, right? But we have also been sold a lot of nonsense over the years. So we can acknowledge the nonsense we've been sold and at the same time own the fact that we are accountable to ourselves to make changes. And the other day, so I spend very little time, I try to spend very little time scrolling, to be honest, because although I'm online all the time, I actually don't want to consume that much stuff. It makes me feel like meh. So, but I do scroll on TikTok from time to time. I'm scrolling on TikTok and this video pops up and it's a throwback to an old show. I don't think it's around anymore. And it's the making the team, like the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making the team. And I actually remember I watched this show back in the day. I think, a different season when, especially when TV was more of a thing. I feel like I watched that show for a while. But the TikTok video was showing them critiquing this Dallas Cowboys cheerleader about her weight. They were calling her thick and big and all of this. And what was crazy about it, obviously she was not thick or big. She's a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, so come on. But what was crazy about it is they had this trainer on there. And the trainer, who's a, celebrity trainer, as TV has, was telling her, hey, you're going to need to do some more lengthening exercises if you want to lean out. You're going to be needing to do some Pilates and some lengthening things. And what he was telling her was flat out wrong. And it blew my mind because I'm like, this is supposed to be a celebrity personal trainer. He absolutely knows better. He knows what he's saying is wrong, but he's still perpetuating this sort of BS, right? And I'm not even mad about it because at the end of the day, this show is kind of ridiculous, right? It's a reality show about the tryouts for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. And I'm not downplaying those girls. They are athletes. They're phenomenal, but the show is dumb. So he is telling her that in order for her to essentially be skinnier, right? To be smaller, that she is going to need to do lengthening exercises like Pilates. And that is wrong. That is not right. And so I'm thinking to myself as I watch this clip, how many things like that do we put on board in our brain, and then we operate inside of thinking that we don't have any, agency to make change, right? Like if the only way that you could get leaner, like lose body fat, was to do lengthening exercises like Pilates, and you don't have a Pilates studio or you don't know anything about Pilates, well, then you have no agency. You cannot make any change for yourself. You can't advocate for yourself. You can't do anything. You're just like, well, I guess I don't know how to do lengthening exercises, but that's not right. That's not how it works. So just so you guys know exactly how this works, nutrition plays a much bigger role than exercise in like exercise, right? Like I'm going to the gym and I'm going to work out for 45 minutes. That's exercise. Nutrition plays a far greater role. I mean, sometimes people say 80% of the ball game's nutrition, and it's probably around that in how our bodies like store body fat. So if you are overweight and you're like, I'm 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds overweight, then nutrition is where you need to spend your time and focus. So nutrition plays a really big part in creating weight loss. It also plays in a huge part in how we feel, our skin, our energy, our sleep, all of that. Nutrition, our inflammation, nutrition is the big piece, but nutrition tends to be the harder part for people. So nobody wants to talk about that. And in the fitness industry, it's much easier to sell somebody like a 6-minute ab program and promise them abs than it is to say like, hey, we're going to actually need to change how you eat if you want to, have a smaller waistline or you want to fit in those pants better. It's much easier to be like, hey, just do these exercises, but that is not right. Now, should we throw exercise out the window? Absolutely not. Exercise is super important. It challenges our body. I always tell you in Fit Me that we want to do a couple of different things. We want to fuel our body with good nutrition. We want to challenge our body with exercise, and we want to move our body. We want to do those three things. That's kind of like the key to creating a healthy lifestyle. But from a weight loss perspective, nutrition is going to play the biggest part. And it was so funny because had this trainer on this Dallas Cowboys Cheerleader show say, hey, like I need to see a food journal. I need to see what you're eating. Because again, like these are professional athletes. These are not regular people. So it's ridiculous for the show, but I get it because professional athletes have to be a certain size sometimes to do what they do. And so if he was like, hey, I need to see a food journal, I need to see what you're taking in because you're storing a little extra body fat and you're not able to do the, fucking swimming around, jumping flip things that we need you to do. And so I need to see a food journal so I can help you make some nutrition changes because that's how you're going to lose that extra body fat. I'd be like, oh, that's actually how that works. Because clearly these girls are exercising all the time. They're dancers. They're basically gymnast dancers. But he didn't say that. He instead perpetuated this nonsense. And so again, here's how it works. We want to fuel our body with quality, balanced nutrition. So in Fit Me, we start people with Fit Me plates. We look at portions. We look at quality. We help you build good boundaries around food so that the majority of the food you're eating is food that actually feeds you. And then you save treats for occasion, right? Like that's the short elevator pitch version of how we help people change their nutrition. Then you want to move your body. So you want to start walking. You want to get up. You want to move. You need to move throughout the day. Being sedentary is a recipe for gaining weight. I talked to somebody yesterday who was like, I'm eating the exact same way I was a year ago, but my job changed. I used to be on my feet. Now I'm sitting and I gained 15 pounds. I'm like, yep, that's exactly how it works. So if you go from sitting all the time to moving all the time, even if it's just walking, I'm not even talking about exercise, and you just go from sitting to walking consistently, you can lose 15 pounds in a year just from that one change alone. For real. 100%. So we want to fuel our body. We want to move our body. And then, yes, we want to challenge our body. And so challenge our body with exercise. We want to challenge our muscles to make them stronger. We want to be able to do things with our physical body. Like I can pick up the box and put it in the car. I can safely like move my body from here to there without thinking I'm going to fall because my muscles are strong enough. I can hang out with my kids and do X, Y, and Z because I'm strong enough to play those games. So we want to challenge our body with exercise to make our muscles strong and capable. We want to challenge our cardiovascular system. That's like our heart and how our body like circulates blood and utilizes oxygen. We want to challenge that so that way we can have a fitness level that allows us to do life that way we want. If you challenge your cardiovascular system, maybe you like go to Zumba class or maybe you go to spin class, you're challenging your cardiovascular system. Well, that's awesome because then the next time you go on vacation with your people and they're walking around Disney for 17 hours, you're not tired, because you've challenged your cardiovascular system and you have the fitness and ability to keep up with them. And we want to challenge our bodies also because it makes our It makes us more resilient. It builds bone density, so actual physical resilience, but it builds mental resilience. When we challenge our bodies and do hard things, we become more confident, because as we succeed through pushing through those hard things, it translates into I can do things that I want to do with my body, and I feel really good and I feel confident and strong. And now I'm going to go, put on some great clothes, and I'm going to eat better, and I'm going to go to sleep earlier tonight because I'm feeling great. So simplified, it's so funny because like you watch that one clip, which is so confusing. It's like this woman who's not fat's being told she's fat. Then she's being prescribed an exercise routine to lengthen, which makes no sense. And she is not being talked at all about nutrition. And she is, the poor thing, right, on TV as this is all going down. And we're watching and saying, well, I guess, I need to do Pilates if I want to have a smaller waistline. Doesn't make any sense. Exercise 100% can change the shape of your muscles. You can build muscle, all of that great stuff. But if you want to lose body fat, it is nutrition that plays the biggest part, and movement, and moving your body, walking around, going from sedentary to active. Like that is the big kahuna on how to make those changes. And so the reason that I wanted to do this episode today is, one, because we can for a moment be like, it's TV's fault that I think this. It's the internet's fault. It's social media's fault that I think this. But you can only do that for a second. You can say, yep, they did perpetuate the BS, but at the end of the day, like, this is my body. It's not where it feels good. I need to make some changes. I'm going to own the fact that that is completely and 100% up to me. And I'm going to go ahead and figure out what is actually for real and what I need in order to make those changes. And so we don't get to leave the blame on the bullshit. We actually have to say, yep, that's what that is. I learned that that's not right. Or like sanity check, I tried the BS and it didn't work. Like, maybe that's not real. Like we have to use our common sense also and say, hey, I tried the meal plan where I got all these things mailed to me and then I did it and I lost a lot of weight really quick, but then it came all back plus more. Do we have to put on our sanity cap and say like, that doesn't work. Like that clearly isn't a thing. And then we have to actually pursue how to actually make the real changes. And I know that my version that I just described to you sounded sort of like, well, that sounds simple. It's simple, but it doesn't mean that it's easy. The way that I described eating, that's going to be a significant change for a lot of people. The way that I'm talking about moving, if you're mostly sedentary, like that's a big change, but you can do it. And then challenging your body with exercise, like sometimes that's hard to put in your routine if you've not done it for a long time. We have to build a new habit and predictability around exercise. So I'm not saying that any of that is easy. I'm just saying it is that simple. It is 100% that simple. And the nonsense that we, again, consume in these other places, yes, it can leave us confused and maybe have pointed us down the wrong track, but eventually we have to own it and decide that we're going to figure it out and figure it out for ourselves. Because guess what? Movement for me, not going to look the same as movement for you. Exercise for me, not going to look the same. My nutrition might not even look the same as yours. So we have to own our own healthy lifestyle journey. It is only up to us. It is nobody else's fault. And I know that that's hard. I know it's hard to hear when you feel like you've tried everything and you've put yourself out there and you're frustrated and you're exhausted and maybe you grew up with some BS being put on you by your family, and I get it. That is hard. We all have different variations of hard in different starting points in terms of like where we need to get to around taking care of our bodies and feeling good. But at the end of the day, it is still you. It is still you that has to make these choices. It's still you that has to decide you're going to do something different. It's still you that has to learn how to eat, how to move your body, how to challenge your body. That is your job. Now, you could get help. That's what I do. I love doing that. That's why we're talking right now, because I love helping people learn how to do that. That's what we have in Fit Me. Our coaching program literally teaches you how to do exactly those three things that I just described and put those into your life. But you can get help in other ways too. You can start to learn, how do I eat better? Start spending some time on the internet not looking for a diet, but looking for, how do I eat better? How do I exercise more? Or how do I exercise better? Like I need something. Start looking for that. How do I start moving my body more? Commit to walking. All of those things are in your grasp right now. And yes, if you want help, I can help you. But you can also just get started. just get started. And so hopefully this coffee talk episode was helpful. I feel like I was kind of fired up, but first off, that show, I don't even know what to say. But second of all, this is for real. And ownership over our journey is really, really important, because we can get stuck and stalled out blaming it on other people. And that doesn't do you any good, because they're not fixing it. It's up to you. So if you need help, please reach out. Shoot me a message on Instagram at Christy May Campbell. If you're like, I don't even know where to start, Christy. I'm so overwhelmed by this. I'm so exhausted by how I feel in my body. Send me a message. We'll do a call. We'll talk about it. I'll point you in the right direction. If it makes sense, I'll give you information on how the Fit Me program works. But if you need something else, I will point you in that direction too. My job isn't to sell you something you don't need. It's to help you take that next step, whatever that is for you. So if you want to schedule a call and talk to me, shoot me a message on Instagram and we will set it up. And I will make sure you're pointed in the right direction, whether that's with Fit Me or with someone else or doing it on your own, whatever that is, I'll make sure you're clear on the next step. So thanks for plugging into Coffee Talk. Do not forget to sign up for Nutrition Bootcamp. It is going to be so fun, and I want you to sign up. So hurry up and sign up. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to Fit Me Coffee Talk on your favorite podcast platform. I'm on all of them: Spotify, iTunes, Downcast, all of that. But be sure to subscribe. If you have an extra minute in your day, leave a rating or review. That really helps people find out about it, because I think the ratings and reviews help rank podcasts for people and suggest them. So if you have an extra minute in your day and you like Fit Me Coffee Talk, then do that for me. Leave me a rating or review. And if you're not a part of our Facebook group, that's where all the action is going to happen around Nutrition Bootcamp. So come on over to the Fit Me Community Facebook group, request to join. I will add you. You'll be a part of the group. You'll see all the Nutrition Bootcamp stuff. You can join us there and get inspiration and encouragement from other people who are doing a healthy lifestyle too. So talk to you guys soon. Bye.